Moana Pasifika keep proving everyone wrong. Keep writing history with another huge win this weekend. Their first ever win over the Blues. That's 4 straight wins at North Harbour Stadium. 3 back-to-back-to-back wins ever in their history as a club. How good. Hurricanes steal it late versus the Highlanders in Wellington. Sevu Reece helps the Crusaders down the Waratahs. Fijian Drua demolish Western Force in their last home game of the season. And Brumbies beat the Reds to go top of the table. Another huge weekend of Super Rugby. Does not disappoint. Every weekend getting better and better. We've got 2 more rounds left before the knockouts, before finals footy. How's your team doing? Is your team still in it? Is your second team still in it? Let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into it. Welcome back, everybody, to Kick On Rugby. I'm your host, Dane Sherratt. We're going to get straight into it. First game of the round. Hurricanes versus Highlanders, 24-20. Cam Roigard with a masterclass of a game right at the end. After the whistle, pretty much, dots down under the post to score, to win it for the Hurricanes. So Highlanders come out firing first off. Jonah Lowe with a lovely try there. I think a big shift early on in the game. Peter Lakai with a massive turnover. It was all Highlanders. Peter Lakai get a turnover. They absorb the pressure really well. Get down to that end of the field. And then Balin Sullivan just running off the back of his recent form at the moment. Beats 3, 4, 5 defenders in the corner to score there. But then Highlanders checkmate that and score probably one of the tries of the season. Jonah Lowe gets his second try. But holy, what a try this was. Cross kick from the middle of the field from Jacob Ratumai-Tavuki Nepkins. Talia gets it on the edge. Gives the big, don't argue, boom fire over the top of Punivai, I think it was. Inside ball, Jonah Lowe goes over to score. What a try that was, holy. But Canes just keep in it, creep their way back into it and do exceptionally well to stay in this game because a lot of the game was just all Highlanders. I thought Ruben Love was exceptional for the Hurricanes. Has been really good for them at 10. Will be a massive asset for the All Blacks, I think, this year. If someone that can cover 10, 11, 14, and 15, fantastic, man. He's distribution, so he's just out-and-out skill, man. His distribution, he's the transition from catch to pass, exceptional. So quick and always on the money. He's got that bit of X factor as well, very fast, very fleet-footed, good kicking off the tee, and then good kicking out of hand as well. So he'll be exceptional. He'll be a great get and a good bench player to start off for the All Blacks this year, I think, because he can cover that many positions and will slowly definitely work his way into the starting lineup, wherever that may be. And then just Cam Roigard, just fantastic, man. He was exceptional. Just showing again, like there's no questions about that All Blacks jumper. It's Cam Roigard. He was fantastic. He was 2 tries, 1 try assist, 16 carries, 94 meters gained, and 6 defenders beaten. Fantastic, man. He's definitely locked in that All Blacks 9 jumper, for sure. Good win for the Hurricanes. That was late there. Jumping over to Waratahs versus Crusaders, 33-48. Oh, man, did not start well for the Waratahs at all. Crusaders were 2-3 tries in within the first 20 minutes, and I just thinking, oh no, please stop the clock. But I think Waratahs did actually really well to fight their way back in and denying Crusaders of a bonus point because of the tries. I thought Johnny McNichol was fantastic. Will Jordan going down last weekend, ruling him out for pretty much the rest of the season. Johnny McNichol comes back in. It was first game of the season, and he was fantastic, man. Just showing his class, popping up in the right areas. I think he had a try and a try assist. Yep, 9 carries, 100 meters gained, 2 defenders beaten. And he was great. Just always in the right position, always finding space or putting players around him in space. Like I said, do have to give it to the Tahs. Come out in the second half, scoring first try off the bat and then try again. But man, they can be so frustrating. I feel like even if they sign another 10 players and bring in another good quality coach, there's something about Sydney that I feel like is just cursed for the Waratahs, or has been since they last won it in 2015 or 14, I think it was. Just mistakes after mistake, just will score, do something really good, score a try, and then knock the ball off the kickoff. Like, just coach killers, man. Shout out to Sevu Reece, equaling the top try scorer record in Super Rugby with TJ Perenara. He was fantastic. And they're set up for Tom Christie's try as well, the kick on the inside. Lovely, lovely stuff there from Sevu Reece. But a big result for Crusaders as they push now into the business end of the season. And just, man, such a turnaround from last year's season for the Crusaders. Going over to Fiji, to Lautoka, the Drua get it done over Western Force, 38-7. Where's this performance been all season? Mana, get on the blower. Can we get more games in Lautoka for Fijian Drua so they can make the finals? Holy. All Drua in those opening stages, but then mistake, Force go to the other end and score a try. And I'm like, this has been the story of their season all year. And I thought that was going to be the story of this game, but was I wrong? Holy, they fight their way back in that first half to get a 17-7 lead and then come out in that second half. I think in the first half, Logan Amasi did really well to set up the first try. Just so elusive with ball in hand, and sets up a nice try down the edge there. Shout out to Armstrong Ravola, I think did really well in this game, did really well to control this Fiji side. Good option taking, good kicking out of hand, good kicking off the tee as well, not overplaying his hand, just setting up the guys around him. Good link between forwards and backs. And like I said, his option taking was really good in this game. He was instrumental in Fiji winning, or Drua winning this game. I thought Tanakai Vata, just sensational again. Absolutely. How good is he? So strong with ball in hand, gets through a ton of work. Try stop him 2 meters out from the try line. He was fantastic. He was 2 tries, 20 carries, 96 meters gained, 3 defenders beaten, and 5 tackles. Fantastic. Unfortunately, it's a bit too late for the Drua. I don't think they can make finals, but good result, a good win for them at home, giving their fans their last game at home, giving their fans something to be proud of to finish the season at home for them. Then the big one, Moana Pasifika over the Blues, 27-21. What a game, what a win, what a Moana. Holy, where's John Kerwin now? Not convinced that Ardie Savea should be or will be good for the All Blacks at Moana Pasifika. Holy. Their first ever 3 back-to-back-to-back wins, 4 wins on the trot at North Harbour Stadium, and they get their first ever win over the Blues this year, or ever. How good. History. How we love to see it. Very slow start in the first half on the scoreboard, like a ton of action, but not much happening with tries and things like that. But how good has Ardie Savea been? Just everywhere around the park, defensively, attacking-wise. His leadership and his knowing when to take penalty goals or to when to back themselves and score tries. How much growth he's had from this move to Moana. Different environment, but obviously then playing for his culture, playing with his brother, playing for everything that he stands for, and it's just showing in his performances, man. The leadership side of it for me he's been his biggest growth. Knowing when, like I said, making decisions around knowing when to kick a goal or when to back themselves when they've got the momentum, and then to back that up and help the team to make those big plays, to score those tries, to just big momentum shifts at breakdown. He's just outstanding and definitely the best player in the world at rugby at the moment. Ardie Savea, hands down, fantastic. Just, there's not much more you can say about it. All those pundits that called whatever they said before about him moving to Moana, it's been the best thing for rugby, for Ardie Savea's career. How good, man. I hope more guys go to Moana, because they've been fantastic this year. Kyron Taimufalau gets the hat trick. He's just silky, man. He's tremendous. Just his ability to score the tries, to be in the right position as well, and just so silky, so slick down the edge there, and just an out-and-out finisher. What a finisher, man. 3 tries, fantastic. This is just all Moana. Like, I've got stuff written down here about the Blues, about their forwards being physical, but just, it's all, I can't say anything more about Moana. Like, it's all Moana here. How good to get their first ever win over the Blues, and they were fantastic. Like, while the Blues knuckled down and were strong up front, Moana were just as strong and knuckled down just as much. I think shout-outs to Whailangi and Tupotai Lea. They were fantastic as well, backing up Ardie Savea. And when he needs something, a big play from them, those guys can stand up as well. They've been outstanding all season. And you love to see it, man. How good for Moana. And then the last game of the round, Brumbies versus Reds, 24-14. Brumbies go top of the table. How good. I did not see that coming. I always knew that the Brumbies had the team to do it, and they always come back into it, like later in the season, they find their rhythm and get into the... I just didn't think they had the depth. I thought if they had a few injuries in key positions, that would kind of hinder them. But you look, Noel Lolesio gets injured. Declan Meredith stands up and has a fantastic game and steers them to a huge win this weekend that helps them go top of the table. He was great. Both teams come out firing early on, go tit for tat, and score, try a piece in the first half. It's just very physical, very strong in that first half, kind of opened up in the second half. And I thought, yeah, guys like Meredith was fantastic. Again, not overplaying his hand, understanding his role within the team. That lovely try assist for Muirhead down the edge there, knowing when to kick, when to pass, option taking elite. He's really, really good there. And then Tom Wright was fantastic. Finally gets over. He's off the nudie run. Gets over the try line after 14 rounds. Last year scored over 10 tries, but this year gets his first try in the 14th round. And he was good just off the back of signing a new deal with the Wallabies and the Brumbies, taking him to past the World Cup. So till 2028, I think it is. Fantastic. And finding form in the most important part of the season, the business end. He was 1 try, 10 carries, 91 run meters, and 2 defenders beaten. How good. I thought Valentini was fantastic again for the Brumbies. So strong and brutal in contact on both sides of the ball. He was good. 19 tackles, 2 turnovers, 13 carries. Fantastic. Brumbies almost go and mess it up at the end there to not get the bonus point. Reds almost went the length of the field to score a try and deny Brumbies a bonus point, but they caused the knock-on right at the end there and go top of the table. How good for the Brumbies. And that's it. For round 14, we've got 2 more regular rounds left. How's your team looking? Is your team still in it this year? Is your second team in it? Because you've got to have 2 teams. I'm guessing everyone's second team is Moana, so everyone's second team, at least their second team, is in it. Love to see it. Let me know in the comments, what was your match of the round? Who was your player of the round? Who did well for you in fantasy? I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.